Alright, hello. What we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to look for a good picture for your pop art project and how to edit that picture so it's ready to go and your pop art project goes as smoothly as possible. And to remember what pop art looks like, go look up Andy Warhol. He did these prints like this where you take somebody's face or whatever you're looking at an image and basically really simplify it and it turns kind of like into a stamp. So we're going to do something similar to this. We're going to do it with painting, and I'm going to have you guys do a pop art painting of an animal. So first thing is to look for an animal that you like. So I'm a big cat person, so I'm just gonna look up kitten. Okay, and I know I've chosen this one in the past, so I'll work with this one. A big thing to note when you're looking for your picture that you want to use is you want to pay attention to the file size. So you want a picture that's actually not a big heavy file size. So something around like 500 or 600 to like 1,000 pixels. So in this little corner right here, that'll tell you. If you have a really high pixel size, like 2,000, it's actually going to kind of mess us up later. We actually want a little bit of a lower quality image. If you're having a hard time finding the right size image, you can go to Tools and Size, and then probably pick medium. Medium's probably good. Okay, if I go to Tools and Size and I pick large, then the pictures I choose, see, look at that, it's like 3,000. Okay, so I don't really want that. I want about 1,000, like 600 to 1,000 pixels on a side. So let's go back. Like I said, that one's going to work for me, so I'm going to end up using that one. So I already dragged it out onto my computer and saved it. The other thing that you want to be aware of when you're doing this is that because this is animals and animals have fur, you don't want a picture of an animal that's too fuzzy and furry. It's gonna be much harder to draw that later on. So some of these kittens that are like super fluffy, when we go to edit the picture later on, that fluff and that fur is going to be really hard to draw. So I'm going to recommend a little bit more of a smooth animal, not so hairy. And I'll even show you what happens. So, okay, I've got my picture chosen and I've saved it and it's about the right size. So now I'm going to go to a website, and you're going to do this too. It's called Pixlr.com. So Pixlr.com. Pixlr.com. Okay, and I am going to choose, the Pixlr Advanced Photo Editor. Okay, and I'm going to open an image. So I'm going to open up that kitten that I had. And where's the little kitten? Where'd she go? Okay, she's right there. Here we go. Okay, and there's some easy edits that we're going to do to this. So first of all, we're going to crop it. And I didn't say this before, but my picture is going to be pretty good because her whole head and body like fit all together. If you chose to do some other animal, like a giraffe from way far away, this won't work. So you really want to make sure that your animal is up close. Probably focus on their head and their face. Some of their body's good too. Like I said, like my little kitty's so small that she fits in the whole thing. But if you were to have a big animal, like I said, from really far away, it's not going to work as well. So focus on the animal and their face and their head and maybe a little bit of their body. Now, I'm going to crop this thing. So what we want to do is we want to constrain this. So we're going to pick a ratio because we always work with a 3:4 ratio. And I can control the ratio over here. My picture, like my cat is like taller than it is wide, so I'm going to choose to have the height be bigger. So the height's going to be the 4 and the width is going to be the 3. Okay, if you have an animal that's wider, then by all means make the width the bigger part, the 4, and then the height the 3, but it just depends on what you have. So I think I can crop it down even a little bit more, I think that's nice. That's nice, like right there. It's a good little bit amount of space around her, and then, but she still fills up the area. So make sure they fill up the area. I don't want you to do this though. Don't do that. Make sure that they fit. Okay, and again, you really want to focus on the face. So if you wanted to like do this and just have that, then I could still see the kitten's face. Ooh. But I think we could fit her whole body and it'll be fine. So something like that. And I will press return or enter, and there we go. Now it's cropped. So that was already easy. The adjustment that I'm going to make on this, if I remember correctly, is that I'm going to posterize this. So I'm going to posterize this to 4 levels. Okay, so make sure this says 4, and then that should be good. Okay, and so see, it's already simplifying the picture for us, and it almost is starting to look like a stamp, which is good. And then the other thing I have to do is auto black and white. Okay, very good. So what you're going to see is basically this turned the picture of the kitten into a bunch of like flat shapes that we can draw later on and then fill with paint. So basically you're going to take your drawing and draw all, like you're going to draw the cat, and it becomes about shapes. Like see, this white part right here is a shape. Okay, this is a shape. You just turn everything into shapes. And then everything is just a separate value. So you have about 5 values, and you can even kind of count it right here. Like white is 1, light gray 2, medium gray 3, dark gray 4, and then black is 5. And then you're going to turn a painting into that. You're going to choose a color and have 5 values and paint it in. So, there you go. So what we'll do is we'll end up saving this. So, or you can just export it, but I think saving is good. So we're going to save this. High quality, and it's going to save as a JPEG, which we want, and I can save as and choose where this is going to go. I'm going to choose to put it on my desktop. I'm going to choose to rename it Pop Art Kitten Amanda, that's my name. Okay, and I'll save it, and you guys have to save it on your computer. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Now I want to show you what would happen if I use the wrong picture. So I'm going to open up another one. I'm going to open up an image, and I know I had a picture of like a lion, and it was really high quality, and the lion was really fuzzy and furry. Okay, so there's my lion, and I'm just going to go directly to the adjustments so you see what happens. So I'm going to go to Adjustment, Posterize, and I'm going to do 4. It's 4 layers. Okay, apply, and then another adjustment of auto black and white. Okay, and if we look in here closely, because it had so much hair and so much texture, it's really like it's not so simplified as the kitten. The kitten, you could probably look at that and imagine actually drawing those shapes and be okay. It gets a little tricky with some of their hair on here, but like look at those legs and everything, like that's fine. Like you could do that. It'll get a little tricky in here, but you can still do it. This lion, I mean, look at all the little bits that was created because of all those like singular little hairs. There was too much information in this one. There's too much hair. And it's going to be really hard to draw and turn all of these little strips into bigger shapes. So again, with that kitten, we could see some bigger shapes that we would just draw. So that's why you don't want too high quality of an image, and that's why you also don't want too hairy an animal. So that's that. And then what we'll do is later on we'll put this into a grid, and I'll give you paper, and you're going to draw it.